Hey everyone, Mike and Steven here from Yugioh Meta Knights.
And we're discussing our wishes and wants and predictions for the 2018 ban list after the current meta.
Obviously, we'll start off with cards that we believe should be banned and or will be banned. Nightmare Goblin.
Nightmare Goblin, I think it allows decks to produce plays that is normally not able to. Say Goki, for instance, is able to get that normal summon, which produces more searches.
And toxicity.
Yes. And Goki pretty much wins the duel by extra linking, which Nightmare Goblin is a huge benefactor in creating the extra link because you get more plays. Not only that, say other decks. My personal favorite is when I play with Black Wings. I've also been able to create extra links and ridiculous fields with that card.
Literally just using Nightmare Goblin to abuse its effect in order to create you an extra link which shuts down your opponent and then they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, I honestly don't think there should be a cards or a setup that exists to shut your opponent down on that level. I mean, I can understand a couple of negates and everything, that's fine, but I don't think it should stop your opponent from playing, period.
Next card on the list, a lot of people have speculated and gave a lot of support to why it should be banned, and that is the Divine Sword Phoenix Blade.
We seem to be hating on Gokis. It's not the case with every single meta deck that wins the WCQ, which is Goki, of course. It being a very top contender, they absolutely destroy on the ban list. We've seen it with Zodiacs, we've seen it with Lightsworn at one point, Black Wings at one point.
Going back very far, you see a lot of it, and they shit all over those decks. So that's pretty much all the cards that we really think that should be banned, will be banned. I mean, there's a few exceptions. There's cards that could definitely join that list. It's just that we're not going to really necessarily discuss every card and its value and its potential for the ban list. But these are just
if we
kind of
talk about
things.
Cards we wanted, of course I would mention Firewall, but I don't see that happening. I feel it's the same case as Nightmare Goblin, allows plays that shouldn't happen, but it's a protagonist card. Protagonist cards in history have not been banned.
I think we mutually agreed that Firewall will probably not be hit. It's beneficial to the meta in general. It does add a lot of good plays to different decks, and it creates a kind of nice strategy for underdogs, that don't really get a lot of play. We had a whole video discussion about that. Check it out. So the cards that we think should be limited, not necessarily banned, but definitely have a lot of speculation and talk about. First on the list, I literally wrote in capital letters, Reincarnation.
I mean, Reincarnation, we all know what it does. It's been in the meta for a couple cycles now. The OCG has already been limited. It kept the Trickstar from being a meta-relevant deck. It's what makes the Trickstar a good deck, personally. Yes, the burn damage is there, but with Reincarnation, you literally banish your opponent's entire hand. And if you hit them with Droll, you completely shut them down. They don't have a hand, they lost what they had, and they have to rely on the heart of the cards, which we all know is bullcrap. And it just overpowered. If you just Reincarnation, your opponent still draws a hand, it's fine. But with the Droll combo, Reincarnation is really too overpowered.
Another card that might see the limit list is Scapegoat. It did just get, printed as an ultimate rare, which is awesome. However, it is way too accessible to just have a Link 3 or Link 4 or whatever combo you want to use for it. It is an extremely broken card.
To be honest, Firewall makes him drink, Scapegoat makes me drink.
Yeah, Scapegoat became something that it wasn't intended to be. When Scapegoat was very popular back in the day, it was more so for protection, obviously. But now the fact that we can just link monsters off of, tokens, it is a little too far gone at this point. Next on the limit list, we have Goki.
Okay.
Next on the limit list, we have Goki Suprex. Way too easy for Goki to just open up. If they open that one card, it's nice. And as well as the idea of us writing, to ban Phoenix Blade, I just think that Goki Suprex should go as well. I'm gonna say that it should just be limited. I would like it to be banned, but then the true players who just like Goki for the way that they actually work are not going to be able to play that deck to its full potential.
I do agree with that. Suprex being limited should slow the deck down slightly.
We'll move on to the last one that we wrote down for limited, which is Hornet drones. You know a lot about Sky Striker. You play Sky Striker. Why don't you tell me why you think it should be limited?
Personally, I use the engine itself, so I would not like it to be hit. But the OCG already hit it to 1, along with predictions of Kagari and Engage being hit. Honestly, I don't believe Engage should be touched because it's only consistent when searching Hornet drones, and you only get that additional draw when you get more spells in the graveyard. With the current meta the way it is, Hornet drone going to 1 stops a main splashable engine. Sky Strikers is very splashable, which is why Hornet drone should be limited, because it'll stop being splashed in so many decks and you have to find different cards and different ways to play the deck itself.
Alright, moving on, we have the semi, and we actually didn't have anything because I don't really think semi-limit is something that is really worthy of mentioning. A lot of people like to switch around cards and think like, oh, if there's a little less synergy, that's fine. I mean, if anything, it would be okay. Like, they might hit a couple hand traps. I mean, I see like Droll or maybe Ash getting limited to, but I don't really think that's gonna happen. It's just that's one of the possibilities, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. Only reason I think Ash would go to 2 is because the OCG did it, and usually when the ban list posts, they coincide with each other slightly.
And there's not really a whole lot else to mention about the hand traps, just because like if they get hit, that's cool. If they survive it, that's also cool. So things that we think should be off the ban list or released from the ban list, starting with Construct. Shaddoll Construct should have came off a while ago in all reality. If they bring it to 1, it's not going to do a whole lot in the meta. There are some ugly plays with it, obviously. I've been playing Shaddoll since they came out. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know how much I love Shaddolls. I will not go on a 3 to 4 minute tangent about how much I love Shaddolls. But Construct, bring it to 1. It's not going to do a lot. It's just going to bring me a lot of damn joy so I can actually play it at locals again. And the one thing that more than anybody wants, and we have to mention it as well, please free my boy Stratos.
With Stratos, there is so much implications with him. He was played, say, Gladiator Beast was a major competitor that played him.
Oh, the splashable hero engine. Yeah, I remember
they
that.
only played Prisma and Stratos.
Yep.
I played Gladiator Beast at one point. It was one of my favorite decks at the time. But with Stratos coming back, I think he would be a meta contender, considering E-Heroes are getting support coming in later in the year. I believe it's legendary decks or hero decks that are coming out in December. On top of the Megatins, giving them a fusion monster that are probably never going to be able to summon anyways. Especially with Mask Change being a very good card. The Mask Change in Stratos, I don't really think about that anymore. I kind of just changed my mind on him coming back now.
Another card that should definitely just come back for no reason whatsoever is Zen Mighty's Carrier. The windup,
with Carrier, you're not able to exceed on the level you were able to several years ago because we got the Link arrow now. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it probably could come back to 3 and not even hurt us. But I still think people will find ways to abuse it at 3. Maybe 2, but want to test the waters for it. That was not a pun, by the way.
Okay, so one card that could definitely come back. How do you say that card? Ackleyport. Cleaport Towers should. I can't even say that card.
Cleaport Towers
should definitely come off the ban list. It's a cool big boss monster, but like there's so many ways around it now, it doesn't even matter. Another card that they could definitely just bring back and it wouldn't do anything is Ring of Destruction. Put it to 3. Who cares? Who's gonna play it?
When's the last time we see Ring of Destruction in a meta deck?
So for our ban list wishes, we actually only wrote just a couple of cards because these are things that like, one we think definitely should come off, and it would also be really nice. As a Mermail player, I really wish that Deep Sea Diva would come off. There's not a whole lot that you can do with the card. I mean, you can make an awesome first turn board with just, you know, a little bit of protection or destruction. That's cool. Deep Sea Diva, I think that it could go to 3.
Mermail's recently seen Dragoons go to 3, so I don't see why they want to bring Deep Sea Diva back to 3.
And the one my boy Steven wishes more than anything.
Technically 2 is Inzektor Hornet and Inzektor Dragonfly. While I believe they should still be semi-limited, because I think at 3 would give too much link fodder, because Dragonfly's effect brings out Centipede, add back Dragonfly. Say you use double summon or conduct a normal summon with the cancerous Nightmare Goblin and everything, that gives me more plays and everything. And you can link off quite easily in Inzectors. But with them being back at 2, it does make them a contender, but not at the point where they can be at full power.
I still think even if they released it at 3, now it would be really, really powerful. I don't think that it would make the biggest meta impact. I do think, like, honestly, if they released it at 3, I want to say somebody in the world, but definitely Steven, may actually be able to, like, top 16 in an event, and the reason that really this guy knows Inzectors more than anything. And the last on our list of wishes, the one card that should be back for one archetype that has been missing it for a very long time, Gateway of the Six. This card should just come to 3. We really need it, and 6 Samurais aren't really anything without Gateway at 3. Oh yeah, I want to mention, I think that one card that should come to 1, and this is just very far-fetched. Ooh! With Danger gaining a little bit of popularity and potential meta relevance in the future, I think that Confiscation should come to 1. There's so many strong, overpowered cards that we have today. If we can make Confiscation 1, I think that would be absolutely beautiful. So this isn't like some elaborately planned prediction nor wish. These are things that we definitely see that could be banned, might be banned, should be banned. But these are just... These are just our little predictions and wishes. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is all we have for today, so we'll catch you guys next time. Stay tuned for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Be sure to like and subscribe.